Yeah. Yes. I've been gardening, and then that's frangipani. So I'm getting flowers now from my garden. Okay, let's see. Check connection. Are we live? Let's say yes. Yes, we are. Janet,
Yeah.
were you really driving as a New Yorker?
I was driving
Oh my
from New
gosh,
York to try
to
to get
make
here
it.
on time.
And you're stepping on my skirt.
Oh my God, poor thing. A beautiful skirt too.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome. It's nice to be back.
Yes, I'm so glad you're back. We were missing you.
And I was missing you guys tremendously.
You have been busy being a
yeah,
grandma, I
being a
guess.
grandma. Even today,
I
my
know.
daughter goes, Mommy, can you hold a minute? As soon as you're here by this time. Well, she wasn't there.
Oh no.
So she goes, give it to the daddy that was in the bathroom.
Oh my
So
gosh.
anyway.
But you're here.
I'm here.
Thank you, Janet.
Thank you.
Janet Altagracia,
And
María
Maria
del
del
Sol.
Sol with her beautiful flower from her
Yes,
garden.
look, my garden is already
So-
giving me lots of flowers, and I'm so happy. This is a
We-
frangipani. I don't know how you call it in English, but it's a frangipani.
Which is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
So she has brought nature to us. I
Yes,
love it.
yes, and it smells so
I
nice.
can smell it from here.
It smells kind of like jasmines, I would say, gardenias, jasmine.
Yeah.
It's sort of
Yeah.
like that. So I was like, oh, I was just like watering my plants, and it fell, and I was like, oh, thank you for the gift. It's so good. Just in time for the program, for the
I'm like, that will be
for,
Maya.
for our
Yes.
live.
Yeah. So
So welcome all.
absolutely.
We can see you here live through YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And we are so glad to be here every Tuesday at 8 p.m. sharing some words of wisdom. We can call them words of wisdom, different perspectives about life, about ourselves, about the system of life.
I like to call it something to think about.
Yes.
That was different. Never saw it that way. Something to think about.
Exactly. So we are here sharing all of these perspectives, hoping that somehow they give you some light, some sort of an answer, sometimes an answer, because we sometimes we don't understand why certain things happen to us.
And I'm gonna do what Maya does, and for it to shake you like that, shake you as well. Like, I don't like what you said. No, that's not what I do. You know, Maya's a reality person. It's like no matter what's happening, she brings you to reality, whether it's good or whether it's uncomfortable, because nothing is bad.
Exactly, nothing is bad or good, but it's just a different reality, or maybe a different perspective that can take us out of what we are seeing and can make us, of course, uncomfortable. Maybe a lot of the information that we have been sharing here, still it's like I cannot digest it. It's kind of hard to understand. But if you're there, it's because you were somehow ready to listen to it, and so our intention is to keep going and sharing this until someone says, "Now it makes sense."
And like for me, it's like when I was introduced to this from Maya, I didn't get it right away. I remember like she told me a couple of truths that I needed to hear, and I'm like, I don't like that lady.
And here we are today.
Here we are, yeah. So it takes a minute. It takes a minute.
Yes. So
Especially Catholic race people with those religion, it takes a minute. So be gentle with yourself.
Yes, all the conditioning that we cannot recognize sometimes or unconsciously is there in our collective, the collective of our family system, of our ancestors, of the culture. And we struggle with that because it's like, no, but this is right, and that's what's supposed to be right, but there is no right or wrong. So why not maybe giving yourself a chance to open up to something maybe different that can expand your consciousness. So welcome. Our topic today is a juicy topic, as Janet says.
Yes, I love those juicy topics.
And it's called Healing Life Through Our Own Healing. Yes. Many times we see things happening outside of us and we say, but I cannot help with that? Has it happened to you
Mhm.
that you said, "Oh, but the world is a mess, or is somehow you might see it like, but I don't know how to change what is happening outside if it's not on my hands." We tend to say that it's not on our hands, right?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
So
Yes.
when we do this, then we allow the collective unconsciousness to continue doing it as it has been. Because if we don't take our part, which is no voting or going to protest or judging others or making laws, no, it doesn't have anything to do with it. It's about taking responsibility for our part.
Yeah. Because a lot of times we say, "Oh, it's not about control," but is it?
Yes,
We'll say, "Yeah, well, what difference am I gonna make?"
exactly. And
But
then people give up. It's like,
mhm.
oh, I don't care about that because I cannot do much about it because I'm not in the Congress to change it, or because I'm not the president, or because I'm not this or that. But this isn't about being this or that. This is about understanding your power and what you can do with it. Because sometimes we diminish our power. If we think about it, we are a fragment of the light of the creator. So do we have that power?
Mhm.
That's the question, right? Yes.
And we
So,
do. We
and we
do have.
do,
We
and
do
we
have
will
that
have the
power.
power to change not only our reality, but the reality of all.
And when you think about it and you look at history, one person has done a lot of change. One person.
One person has said, well, this can be different.
Mm-hmm.
And that's their cause, and they go for it, and they really change the destiny of a group of people or the whole humanity somehow. Yes.
Like I like to say, no, I'm not gonna take it anymore. And that's when we're ready to do the change.
And that when we get to, for example, just what you're saying, Janet, when we say, no, I'm not going to allow you to do this anymore, you're doing it for yourself because you're self-loving, you're
Mm-hmm.
like creating these boundaries that are healthy. At the same time, you're not only doing it for yourself because you are showing other person that maybe doesn't know limits to be more respectful. And if they don't get it, it doesn't really matter. What matters is what you get to do. And in the bigger picture, right, someone took a step to align consciousness, and that's enough. One little step is moving the whole energy. Yes, we are trying to create this. I don't know how you call this. It's a critic. Um, like when you have a lot of people, like when you have a lot of people praying, it is
Mm-hmm.
said that when one prays is good, but when lots of
Two
people,
or more pray. God is in the midst. God is in the middle.
exactly. So it's kind of the same. We're trying to create this critic. How do you call that? Like the energy of lots of people doing it in this new possibility or new way,
Mm-hmm.
that it will create that a lot of energy is like anchoring. And when lots of that energy is anchoring, the whole aroundness is changing immediately. It's quantum
Mm-hmm.
laws, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if one is creating that change, then the rest are already kind of somehow flowing with that new change. But if you are recreating unconsciousness, or you don't believe it could be possible, then you're being part of that collective, that unconsciousness. So
And that's one of the things that we want to really work on, being very aware,
mhm,
because it has just as much power
yes,
as the consciousness.
that has the same power, just the same power as consciousness. And that's a very good point, Janet. Thank you for pointing that out, because if we think about it, we have the power to make the magic or to continue in the chaos.
Mhm.
And it's as powerful. Your mind and everything that our mind contains, because it's a container of information, right? Is the one creating reality for all, not only for yourself. You're not. Many people would say, "Oh, but what happens to me? It just happens to me. What does it have to do with you?" But it has to do with you 100%, because
Absolutely.
it's not just one bit, 100%, because what happens to you happens to me, and what happens to me happens to you. So we want to talk about this topic tonight of healing life through your own healing, to understand this concept in a maybe more amplified way. So welcome all. We can see some people here joining us in Instagram. Marta, Maria Elvira, hi Maria Elvira, Janity Tam, and Karen. Thank you for being so present. And if you have any comments or questions, please do so in the comment chat. We would love to have your comments or participating, because this isn't about us. We're just sharing here a perspective of life. There are thousands of them, but this one could be something that can take you into another direction. So, welcome, welcome. And we are following the information from this book.
Remember, buy the book.
Buy the book. You can find it in Amazon version paper, or also in Kindle. And this book is got the secrets of why things happen to us the way they happen, how the things that happen to us are connected to our family system and to our ancestors, and how can we start recognizing those patterns that we
Mhm.
follow unconsciously, the invisible patterns that we ended up doing that we don't like and we don't know how to change. But once we get to have, for example, this information and the exercises that appear in this book, that are like 22 exactly, you can follow the exercises and do these practices and see how you feel. Because this book is about understanding, and not only understanding, but um, changing your perception, and at the same time changing the feeling of it. Because if we change the perception, the understanding, but if we don't feel it, it means that it didn't click.
And as they say, the secret is in the feeling.
The secret is in the feeling.
That
So
is, that is manifestation. The
yes,
feeling.
definitely. So for the ones following the book, we are already on chapter number 6, I believe. Yes, 6. Can
Yeah.
you believe it, Janet?
I can't
We-
believe it's May.
Oh my gosh.
It's like it's already May 2nd. Wow.
Yes, already May 2nd. Can you believe it, Janet? Oh my gosh, time flies. Okay, so we are on step number 6.
Oh, that's a good one. Mm-mm-mm.
And we are starting to work with this topic of the memory of the wounded child. But we want first to give you this information about how healing, for example, those wounds can create such a big change.
Yes.
How healing your perspectives can create such a big change. So, you ready?
I am ready.
Are you guys ready?
Are you guys ready? It takes a lot of courage to sit with this podcast, with this Facebook Live. It takes a lot of courage. So bravo to you. Go ahead, Maya. We're
Yes,
ready.
let's begin then. So it says, putting together the pieces of our soul. Yes, that's part of the work that we must do.
I'm like, I was like, doesn't that sound delicious?
It sounds so delicious when you get to put all of the pieces together.
I'm like, oh my God.
It feels so that feels
Yeah,
good,
feels
right?
good.
Yes. Thing is that, we're working on it, and we still have some time to go.
Yeah.
And if you haven't done the systemic part, healing the systemic part of your system, then maybe you still are missing that piece of the puzzle that you need in order to fill this piece. So let's see what it says. One of the most common questions we ask ourselves when something or someone causes us pain or suffering is, why did it happen to me? That's the question, right? It's like, why did that happen to me? Why did it happen to me? And you usually it's like, I don't understand. I've been good enough, or I'm doing it well, or still, why this happened to me? So just reflect on this question related to any of those matters that you have been going through lately. Maybe check on your relationships, check on your finances, on your health, on your empowerment, on your success. Where are all of these pieces? Where are they? And how you feel about them? Is there one that makes you feel like, why is this happening to me? Yes. So let's look at it from different angles, from the individual, from the systemic, and from the cosmic plan. Yes, we need to understand these three angles of the picture. One is the individual, the other one is the systemic, because we are connected to a system, and the other one is a cosmic one, because yes, we are connected to everything that is. Yes, so individual, family system, and the whole cosmic plan. Discovering the root of our conflicts gives us peace of mind. Yes, every time we get to understand something, at least we get to feel like, oh,
It's an aha moment.
the
It's a
aha
moment. I call it a
moment.
moment of bliss.
Yes, definitely. It's like we can say, oh, I see why I'm doing this. And now I understand. I couldn't see it before. So those moments can give you peace of mind, because you're like, boom, got it. Eureka. Right? Yes.
Mhm.
At least we can feel comfortable to understand where it all started, what we are doing, and where we are going. Yes, we need to understand when that conflict started, why I was going in that direction again, and how can I change that possibility to direct myself towards a new destiny. Yes? So there we go. The roots of all the things we experience today didn't start with us or with our ancestors. It started even beyond the history of mankind. So this is good. I would say that this is really good to know, because the roots didn't start with our parents. Many times we tend to blame it on our parents. Oh, it's because of my parents that I'm like this, that I'm feeling like this, that I maybe I'm not that successful, maybe I'm following and I don't know how to cut that cord, and things like that.
Mhm.
And it really didn't start with them. They are just connected to the information of some of the stories of history, and that your system is following. But also, it started way beyond. And we won't be talking about that tonight, but the story of humanity is a plan. It's a plan that was created, but before the human came, there were already conflicts in the whole structure of life and all other structures that are happening besides the earth, right? Because we cannot think that art is just us, right? It would be-
Some of us do, but no, we cannot think it's just us.
so so if we can open our mind to observe this possibility and say, oh, maybe it didn't started right there. Maybe it comes from beyond. It comes from beyond.
It sure does.
So in this step, we are going to focus on the individual healing, because the solution is in them. So yes, I like to go back to this, because um, we don't need to try to fix our family. We don't need to try to fix our parents or our siblings or others. None of them. None of anything that is happening in life. The solution is in each of us. That's where the power is. So if you think about it, Janet, we are medicine.
My whole thing is we don't need to fix it. That's where we get stuck because we do want to fix.
Yes.
I mean, that is what we're used to. No, if he would just be like that, she would just be. We want to fix, and what Maya is saying is we don't need to fix.
We don't need to fix anything. Those are the good news. We just need to fix ourselves.
Isn't that something? But that's all we have the power to
Yes.
do.
Yes. But the thing is that by fixing ourselves, let's say fixing or some fixing what we haven't been able to resolve from the past or our ancestors' past, um, well, we can become medicine. I love that
I love that too.
because once we feel healed,
Mm-hmm.
then we can bring a healing to life by just being.
We'll just draw those people that are seeking to heal as well. We'll just draw them to us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as we do become medicine.
Mm-hmm. So it says here, in healing the unconscious states of the heart and the mind. That's the solution in healing the unconscious states of the heart and the mind.
That's what they've been doing. That's the big thing. Heart, mind, coherence.
Yes, yes. So let's start by clarifying that our suffering, although it sounds crazy, was our choice. Jana, I remember when I told you that, and you were like, "Oh, come on,
It took a minute.
come on, don't give me that crap."
I'm like, why would I choose that? That's what I went to. Why would I choose that?
Why? Why would I choose that? And we choose that all the time because we don't know it. So we unconsciously are attracting more of what we don't want or what we don't like because we don't know that we have it. So, but where do I have it? Well, you have it here in your unconsciousness, or you are carrying the collective unconsciousness of your system. That's why it's there in you. It's part of your genetics, part of the information you have been carrying, part of your whatever it is down there in that unconsciousness. That is the why.
It reminds me of the story, the Yellow Brick Road.
Mm-hmm.
You know that I want to go home. I want to go home, and she goes to the magician, and he goes, "But you could have always gone home. She always had slippers, so she had to do was tap it." That's what we live.
Yeah.
We have everything we need.
We have
But here we're looking for it outside.
That's what we do. We follow the yellow brick road
the yellow
instead
brick
of
road.
tapping on the shoes.
Instead of tapping on the shoes.
There
Yeah.
you go. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. We should have taught that in school.
That would be a good Facebook Live.
Definitely. Definitely would. Yes. So let's see what it says. We decided to suffer in order to heal later. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So let's talk about this one because you will say, what? I did decide to suffer? No, I didn't choose that. Yes, we did. It's not about why, but what for. This is important to understand too. That when did I make that decision? I don't remember it. No, we don't remember it. Because once we arrive here in this human body, we get veiled
By our choice.
by our choice. We say, yes, okay, veil me. I won't remember the whole what is. And then I will, once you're born, you just can see more. Maybe babies can a little bit,
Yeah,
you know?
I think
Yes,
so.
they do see. But the more time, the time goes by, and then you start getting loose in your perception through the senses, through the people around you. And we get lost with that connection that we can see everything, and then we just think that it is here. Like my son was already 17, and I was talking to him about, other people from other stars, and he's like, Mom, you just see so many movies.
No, with me, what's funny is with my granddaughter, she's infant.
Mhm.
So like whenever I carry, she's like looking around. I go, who's there? Who are you talking to? And my daughter walks in. She's like, "Hi, mommy, you're so weird." I'm like, Ari and I understand each other.
My gosh, yes. Well, that is part of the process that we accept.
Yeah.
We accepted that. And eventually, as we grow up and we allow ourselves to see more, then the universe starts showing you again that there is more beyond of what you think or believe or want to see. So it's all up to us how much we get to see. Yes, yes. So it says here, from a broader vision, let's say that from the cosmic perspective, our soul comes to Earth with several missions. And the main one is to help heal the system of life. Yes. So that is a very important one.
And extremely deep. The
And
system of life.
the system of life. Pretty much all souls that are incarnated today, all of the ones that are more awakened, let's say, we are already working on healing ourselves and connecting to that consciousness, to our source, to amplify our vision, to understand that we are part of this universe that is made of so many pieces. That what I consider is me is not only here, but we are everywhere, in somewhere, many other places, many other dimensions, many other realities. So once we get to amplify our vision, to connect to that, then we get to see more our plan. There is a plan. We're not here just by coincidence. No, no. We chose to be here.
And we have to earn it too.
Yes.
Isn't that something?
Yes. To be able to see more, you must transcend the limits of your mind. Pretty much. The limits of our conditioning, the limits of our beliefs, the limits of our those misaligned emotions. We must break through lots of things to be able to reconnect to what home is. Like, we were talking about the Wizard of Oz. The more we are awakened, then the easier we get to tap the shoes to connect, and not to keep walking and following the yellow brick road and trying to find the Wizard of Oz to help us.
But what's interesting is that she needed to do that in order to save everybody else that came with her in the journey.
Yes.
That's just the beauty.
But the beauty is also that she got to understand that all of them were here.
Isn't that something? I mean, yes, we must do a Facebook Live on that one.
Definitely, definitely. So, what else? It says here. If we talk about the family system, each system has several issues to solve. Yes, one family system has a lot of issues to solve, not only one or two, but a lot. Yes. Therefore, because some people say, oh no, my family is perfect, we are happy, and then we are just talking about the masks that everybody's showing. But if you see, beyond that, behind each of those masks, a lot of emotions that people feel are there. For example, anxiety. You say, no, I have it all, everything is perfect, but I still have this state of anxiety. Then there's something that needs to be solved. See, everything is speaking. So what is your body telling you? What is it showing you? And because it could be yours from your individual path, or it could come from your family system. So it says here, each system has several issues to solve. Not only our family system, but let's talk about the culture of the system, because the unconsciousness of what we're carrying from our culture also is in us. So it's ingrained in us, and we must reprogram that. So therefore, each member of the system has the task of finding their issue and healing it. So that's the mission of the hero. Makes sense? Yes, because we are all in that process, in that journey of healing. And we must find what is it that I need to heal in order to help? What is it that I need to heal in order to help?
Yeah.
So here you have some work to do.
Yeah, I take a deep breath because when you ask those questions, you will be told. They will show you.
Yes.
And it could be tough.
Yes, definitely. So it's just the moment to stop and think, why did I come to here to serve life?
And then move forward and do it.
And move forward and do it. So first thing, you need to identify what is, right? So maybe just look at your family system. What are those tendencies of the system? Abandonment, betrayal, abuse, bad relationships, beliefs that limit the system. What is it that your system is carrying that somehow you feel you don't, but unconsciously you are following? Yes, we fight it, we struggle with what we don't want to repeat, but somehow at the end we ended up doing it the same. Yes. So it says, oh, and this is important, each member of the system came to heal a different part of the system. Yes, for example, if you have siblings or cousins, just look at them because that's giving you information of what the system is carrying. Yes, for example, if you look at, like, let's see, my sister, and maybe my sister has issues with health or money or relationships with, her partner, whatever it is, then you must be able to say, okay, she's fixing that part. And so what is my part? Where am I with those aspects of my life that are important to me that are not flowing? And then you can get the answer from that. That's easy. It's math.
It's true. It is math.
Yes. Yes. So it says, in order to find the issue, you need to live it first. You need to experience it first. You need to go through the experience of dysfunction and suffering, and then if you get to see it, you can heal it. That's the process. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I know. I stay quiet because I'm like, yeah, you have to go through that painful process.
Yes, because we don't see it. We don't have empathy with something that doesn't cause us suffering.
That's true. Oh, we don't get it.
We don't get it because it's not really connected to us, or it doesn't trigger us.
It didn't shake us the way I say it.
So I need to shake us and say, oh my God, I don't like that. That makes me, whatever it is that makes you feel. Then you can really take a look and say, oh, okay, I can see it now. Yes, and accept it and begin working on it. It is possible to reprogram those memories.
Yes. Always remember that, because it is.
We are on page number 305, Maria Elvira. That this is the English version though. 305. So let's continue. Each individual is connected to a family system, as well as this system is connected to other systems that form a great unit, the oneness. This means that your individual soul is connected to the collective soul. When something happens to you, it happens to the whole. And what happens to the whole is happening to each of us. We are all one. Yes. So this concept that you hear a lot, it's important to understand it. Yes. Because when we see ourselves, like let's say I see Janet I think Janet is a woman. I think Janet is different than me, is separate from me, and I'm apart from Janet, and this is me, that is you. But in reality, we are the same.
Mm-hmm.
And you say, but how is that? Because we are a net of information. We are a net of information. And so this reality, as we are as it sounds, what I'm going to say, is created of those interconnected information. And so we are kind of holograms. Yes. And these holograms, each of them contains different information that is processing something to take the whole program to be reset.
I'm like, isn't that fascinating? I just find
Yes, it is fascinating, isn't
I find
it?
it fascinating.
And so there's no possible way that we are separated, because what separates us is our thoughts about it, our mind. And if we are more like into the soul state, and we wouldn't have to see with our physical eyes, then we will be able to see what really is.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing is separated. I once, let's talk about this one. This is interesting. I once did ayahuasca.
Okay.
The ayahuasca, the plant medicine. And one of the visions that I had was that I started to see lines connecting. All of a sudden, all the lines were connecting, like flashes of lights, different lights going everywhere.
Sacred geometry.
Sacred geometry. Yes, I was like, oh, what is that? And so I started looking at it, and everything became like a V panel. I was like a V,
really nice.
And actually had the shapes as that. And I was looking at everything that was around, and everything had like these fine lines that were all connected to that net.
Wow. Huh.
So I was like, that's so amazing. I'm connected. I feel like I was a puppeteer. That's how you call it?
Yeah.
Because everything that moves kind of like moves at the same, like a fascia in the body.
And you felt the oneness.
And I felt the oneness. Yes. So that for me was a very awesome vision that I got from the medicine, because it gave me a different perspective of what is.
Of reality.
Of reality. Yes, it's like coming into out of my mind state, because when you are in that state of the medicine, you really don't get to see with what you want to see, but what the medicine wants to show you. And it really, there's no ego there. It's like you can, unless you fight it.
Wow.
But if you allow the medicine to show you things, it's just amazing, all the dimensions that you get to see and all those things. So,
yeah.
So I'm just saying this from my experience. If you haven't experienced that, or you can get the same states of understanding this by meditating. Deep states of meditation can take you there, and understanding the reality of that we are part of. Mm-hmm. Yes. So, understanding this concept, right? What happens to a flower outside of my house is somehow happening to me. So let's say that one flower, like this flower, fell off.
She wanted to show up.
Of the tree.
Yeah.
And it was a gift for me, but for the flower, it's a transformation.
Yeah.
Because it's not anymore being part of the plant.
Would it be like even a sacrifice, you think?
I don't know if maybe it was just time.
Also as well.
It was his time. It was his time. It already, came to life. Had the experience of being a flower.
Mm-hmm.
Because every part of the planet and everything that is in the planet is getting information. So this soul who lived in this plant, in this flower, needed to experience what it is to be a flower, what it is to receive sun and to grow and to bloom. and to die.
A complete circle.
A complete circle. And no one dies anyways, because
Yeah.
that's a soul in a process of evolution. That means that this soul is eventually going to say, okay, I lived the experience of a flower. Let me try something else.
Who am I gonna be next time?
What am I going to be next time? Yes. So whatever happens to this flower in that process of evolution is somehow it's happening to all of us.
And who knows? She chose Maya. Maybe Maya's gonna be part of her journey or his journey next time.
Yes, definitely. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? Yes, we cannot see the whole picture. As I usually say, we cannot see a whole elephant.
Yeah.
We only get to see a bit of what is. But at least knowing that there is more that we cannot see, but that is there, that gives me peace.
And it gives me hope. Yeah.
And hope and understanding. It's like, oh, that's what's for, or that has a meaning, or a direction of what we're doing, where we're moving towards, and not just being here, not knowing, or what is it that I'm like working on doing things, but without a purpose. Even though you like what you do, still understanding the whole plan of the universe gives you more sense.
It's like setting that intention, and no matter what you're doing.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, there's power in that.
Yes. So what's happening to every piece that is moving in the universe is happening to all of us. We all get to experience it, even though we don't recognize it, even though we feel like it is apart from me because it's someone else experiencing that. It is me. Yes. So understanding that if I'm living something that is causing me suffering, and I'm part of this unit, which is called a family system, then I'm experiencing this pain. The whole system is experiencing the pain. And if this whole system is experiencing that pain, means that all the other systems around this one is feeling the same suffering. And we are believing that suffering exists. And then we are giving power to that suffering.
Because we stay there. That's why we give it power, because we stay there.
Because we don't know more.
We don't know any better.
Yes. So when you get to change your state of mind,
that the family system helps you do.
Family system, family constellations.
Yeah.
That's why we do family constellations, to be able to hear those memories, to be able to see them, to recognize them, to integrate them, to say that is the why, that is my pain, that is my suffering, the one I couldn't change. All of those things give you a possibility to transform reality, your reality, and your destiny. And of course, to heal life, because that's our main purpose.
This is why we chose to come to Earth.
That's why we chose to come to Earth. Not everybody is in the same path or journey, but if you are more awakened or more into this path, means that maybe you are recognizing that you can help.
And if you're sitting here with us,
definitely you are. Okay, let's see what else. So our task is to find that unresolved issue that affects us all. When you get to identify it and heal it, the collective is healed. That is why we have in our hearts the will to want to help others, and that is wonderful. However, when we help ourselves, we are already helping others. So this is the magic. This is where the magic is. When we help ourselves, we already are helping others. Because we have that tendency, Janet, I want to help others.
Right. And we forget about ourselves.
Yes.
But yet here it said when we help ourselves, just like in the plane, you put the mask on first.
Yes.
We help others.
Yes, exactly. So I feel like this is the biggest medicine of all.
Oh yeah, I felt that. Yeah.
Isn't it? Because it's like when you get to do that, you are helping your descendants, you are helping, even if you believe in reincarnation, when you return, things will be more healed.
Mm-hmm.
They will be different.
The journey will be different, more
The
sometimes
journey,
more enlightened,
yeah,
depending on what you do. Yeah.
depending on how the whole evolution of the planet, because
Yes.
Mother Earth is also having a process of evolution.
Mm-hmm.
It's not only us, we are also evolving with the whole consciousness of the planet. Mother Gaia is got also that information that is evolving. And so, and Mother Gaia is already in the new consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of waiting for her children.
And we're getting there.
We're getting there to be aligned to that new consciousness,
Yes.
so we all can manifest
Claim our oneness, the way I like to say.
and manifest that reality that we want to experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is beautiful.
Feels good.
Yes. So the brave ones who seeks to decipher the mystery and find the solution to what doesn't serve us is a great blessing for the system of life. So if you're a seeker and you are also a brave one,
Yeah.
yes, and you are willing to help, thank you so much. We're saying thank you in advance.
Mm-hmm.
If you are reading this book or listening to this information, I see you as one of those brave ones, and thank you in advance. Yes, yes, yes.
Beautiful.
All right, so I guess we can leave it here.
Yeah, it's a nice
Yes,
nice.
yes,
And
yes,
we say
yes.
thank you in advance. I
Thank
love
you
that.
in advance, because if you get to understand this concept, then I think we did a beautiful work today, Janet.
Yeah, and I would say, like, even though suffering is part of it, I feel when you understand the healing of yourself, the suffering is not as severe,
Definitely.
even though it has to be done.
Mhm. And when you get to embrace it,
Mm-hmm.
because you might, instead of rejecting your suffering, your pain, the difficulties in your life, you can just stop and say, oh, let me embrace you and see what I can heal from this. Let's see how I can, as I embrace this, help heal the system of life and also my destiny and the destiny of all.
Yeah. And Maya has developed wonderful programs
Yes,
to
yes,
absolutely help you do that through each stage.
yes.
So we have the book,
Mhm.
and then tell them about the other program that they can do online.
Yes, definitely. We have a program called Soul's Journey. You can find it in Hatmart, in the platform of Hatmart. And this is a series of videos where I explain, give content, information. And then we have these exercises that you get to practice in order to liberate what you need to liberate, or to integrate, or to heal, right? There are different sort of informations there, and different type of topics that we must all work on to create this healing, this internal healing. And also we have our training program.
I say if you want to even go deeper,
yes,
the training program.
if you want to go deeper, then we do recommend you to join us for a training program. And so we really can go deep with information of understanding and also healing those emotions that are trapped. That are many of those are not even yours. Maybe you are carrying them from your moms or your grandmas or your grandpas, and there are so many stories that need to be healed, and you can be part of that healing. So, and yeah, that's a
Yeah.
possibility.
And
Yes.
it's so deep. Like I did a constellation,
Mhm.
and in the healing, it took us all the way back to. I'm from Dominican Republic, so it took us all the way back to the story of Trujillo, all the way to
Oh.
that war.
Oh, yes.
And I was like, I mean, it's like you go, oh my God, and that's one of the aspects of where things started.
The transgenerational is got the hidden secrets of how you can heal.
So it was very powerful.
Awesome. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
And that's what you get from this program.
Yes.
You get to go that deep. To see. It's like, I would say that's the plant medicine right there.
That's the plant medicine, because well, with all respect,
Yeah, to the
right,
plant
to
medicine, because
medicine
we
and
honor that
to
as well.
and to
Yes.
everything, everybody who does
Yeah, all the beautiful
medicine,
tools
all
and
the beautiful
everything
tools and modalities. I went
out
through
there.
many of them. They
Mhm.
are all, I honor
They're
them
all
all.
wonderful.
But being able to get into this morphogenetic field, to find your truth, to see it, to feel it, to confront it, and to be able to reconcile it. I
There's
haven't
no
seen
words.
it. No, I haven't seen it anywhere else.
Yeah,
And I'm not
that's
saying
true.
this to sell you
Yeah,
a
yeah.
therapy, but if you can take it with someone else, I mean, as long as you really take it, because it's important for you to heal your system. There is information that needs to be healed from your family system. So we are available to do one-on-one sessions. Janet, what's your number?
I'm 407-460-5756. 407-460-5756.
Yeah, so you can call Janet and make an appointment, and she can see you through Zoom as well if you're in some, other city or other country. She speaks both languages, English and Spanish. So there you go.
Welcome. You give yourself the gift of the experience.
Yes, and if you want to know more about our program, you can visit my website, systemichealinginstitute.com, and you can see a full program and all the modules, what are they all about, and the value and the dates and everything is already there. So welcome.
And join our waiting list. Please feel free to join our waiting list.
Please, exactly, contact me if it is something that you are interested on being part of, and and so we can add you to our waiting list. And that's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay.
It's
nice to be back.
Yes, I was missing you so much, Janet. Oh,
I was telling Maya, you don't get it. I really need this. It's good for my soul, good for my heart. So
oh,
yeah,
how beautiful.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you got to make it, Janet. And I think what we share here was part from the spirit. It was part from the book.
Yes.
It was part from our hearts.
Yes.
Part from our experience.
Yes. Yes.
And what we can say, it works.
Yeah, we're all walking this journey together.
Yes.
Sure. So make sure you share, hit the like,
please
subscribe,
send them some hearts, please.
Send it to everybody that you know, your friends and family, because you never know whose heart needs this.
Exactly. What soul is in that search? What seeker? Thank you for the hearts. I love them.
Thank you so much. Absolutely.
Who is seeking to create that healing that can help us all?
And even the ones that are really quiet, don't, and you feel like they wouldn't even think about it. Those are the ones.
Yes.
Just let's put the seed. Plant the seed.
Plant the seed. You can plant the seed of healing.
Of healing, yeah.
And if you feel like, oh no, it's not my time, I don't want to confront that reality,
that's okay.
It's okay. Yeah. There's something in Spanish, I don't know how to say it in English, but it's like, when we do that, the night, what is that, Christmas night, most traditions in the Latin cultures, they eat pig.
The tea?
Pig.
Oh, okay.
Yes, cerdito, pig.
Oh, okay. Oh, see, yeah, the pigs, yeah.
And so
that's a big honor. They roast it. Mm-mm.
I don't really like it because I'm not into that. But there is something that says that no matter what, every pig is get their moment because they will get killed. Let's say it's kind of sad, right. But everybody will get there. We are all in our way to get there, to find that information, that those answers, to confront that truth that we have been carrying, and to be able to heal it. So no matter if it's today, tomorrow, next year, in another life, we are all going towards the same path, trying to find evolving from it. Yeah.
Everything is in perfect divine order.
Yes, it is.
Thank you so much.
Yes, so thank you so much. We appreciate your presence here, and we hope to see you next week.
Absolutely.
Yes, we will have another beautiful topic. We will be talking about actually the wounded child.
Oof.
Yes, we'll get into that
We all have a little of that.
point. Yeah, we
Yeah.
talk about the ancestors a lot, the system a lot, the family system, the parents. Let's get to the individual. Because yeah, there is some work that we must be we need to do. Thank you, Mother Elvira, for being so present. Namaste too. How beautiful. Mwah. Sending love and hugs, and we hope to see you. Yeah, we hope to see you. Mucho more, mucho more. Tons of love for people who has been watching, and we will see you next Tuesday.
All right.
All right. Yay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.